students, welcome back. Students, in previous lecture we discussed duality of matter, that is matter particles also possess wave-like character, and this association of material particles with wave character was mathematically expressed by de Broglie in terms of equation, which is lambda is equal to h upon mv, or we write lambda is equal to h upon p. Now students, today we are going to discuss what is the significance of this de Broglie relationship or duality of matter in our daily life. So students, let me tell you that all material particles, they possess wave character, but this relationship is significant only for those particles which are quite small in size. That means this de Broglie relationship is applicable or is valid for microscopic particles only. So this relationship is significant for microscopic particles only. Now students, but in our daily life we deal with what? Large size objects. हम daily life में, routine life में deal करते हैं बड़े बड़े objects के साथ. That means macroscopic objects के साथ. And students, let me tell you, किसी भी macroscopic object के साथ जो wavelength associated होता है वो negligible होता है. So that means this de Broglie relationship has no significance. It has no significance in our daily life. Why students? Because in daily life we come across large sized objects, and large sized objects have negligible wavelength associated with them. Now let me give you a proof for this. Now students, see, for say a tennis ball of mass, say I assume it to be 10 gram, moving with velocity say 10 raised to power 6 meter per second, the wavelength associated with it will be h upon mv. And what is h? It is Planck's constant, so 6.626 into 10 raised to power minus 34 joules second. Mass, it has to be expressed in kgs, so 10 raised to power minus 3 से multiply कर देंगे, so this becomes 10 raised to power minus 2. So mass is 10 raised to power minus 2 kg, and velocity we have 10 raised to power 6 meter per second. Now students, when we solve this, we get 6.626 into 10 raised to the power, see this, minus 2, here we have now minus 32, then these 6, 10 raised to power 6, ये भी ऊपर ले जाते हैं, so this becomes 10 raised to power minus 38. So this will be in what? Meter. And students, this wavelength is too small to measure. Or we say that a microscopic particle का जो wavelength है वो measurable होता है, detect किया जा सकता है, but for large sized objects the wavelength associated is too small. So this value is too small to measure. So students, that is why we say that the de Broglie relationship has no significance in our daily life. Whereas students, see, for an electron, अगर मैं इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए इसको अप्लाई करूं स्टूडेंट्स, फॉर इलेक्ट्रॉन विच हैज मास 9.1 into 10 raised to power minus 31 kg, and assuming that इलेक्ट्रॉन भी मूव कर रहा है with 10 raised to power 6 meter per second velocity, wavelength would be what? h upon mv. h is 6.626 into 10 raised to power minus 34 joules second. Mass is 9.1 into 10 raised to power minus 31 kg, and then we have what? Velocity 10 raised to power 6 meter per second. Now when we solve this, we get 6.626 upon 9.1 into 10 raised to power. See, this will be minus 3 and this goes up, so becomes minus 9. So we have wavelength of order 10 raised to power minus 9 meter. Now, or we calculate it, we find value of this to be 7.28 into 10 raised to power minus 10 meter, or we say it is 7.28 angstrom. So students, this value is not negligible and can be easily detected. So angstrom में, nanometers में, picometers में wavelength detect किया जा सकता है. So we say that this de Broglie relationship has significance only for microscopic particles. It has no significance for macroscopic particles, because for a microscopic particle the wavelength is what? Quite small, or we say it is negligible. Now students, one more thing. This de Broglie relationship has no significance for a stationary particle also, even if it is microscopic. But अगर वो रेस्ट पे है तो भी इस इक्वेशन का कोई सिग्निफिकेंस नहीं होगा. Why students? Because see, for a stationary particle, now when we say stationary particle, for a stationary material particle, velocity is 0, which means momentum is also 0. So wavelength, which is given by h upon p, will also be what? H upon 0, and h upon 0 is what? Infinity. So that means the wavelength associated with a particle which is at rest is again what? It is infinite. So that means we cannot detect it. So we say that de Broglie relationship or de Broglie concept, that is duality of matter, this concept has significance only for moving microscopic particles like electrons, protons, etc. It has no significance in our daily life, and secondly, it has no significance for a particle which is at rest. So students, now we will discuss some numericals based on duality of matter, that is de Broglie concept. So students, I have one question. It says calculate the wavelength lambda associated with proton moving at 1 into 10 raised to power minus 3 meter per second, and given mass of proton as 1.67 into 10 raised to power minus 27 kg, and Planck's constant h is 6.63 into 10 raised to power minus 34 joules second. Students, ये क्वेश्चन आपका AIEEE 2009 में आ चुका है. आज हम इसको जेई मेंस बोलते हैं इस एग्जाम को. सो स्टूडेंट्स, बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड क्वेश्चन है. वी हैव व्हाट? मास ऑफ प्रोटॉन इज गिवन, h is given, we have to find out lambda. So lambda we know that, assuming that this proton has dual nature, so wavelength associated with it as per de Broglie equation is h upon what? M into V. H we have 6.63 into 10 raised to power minus 34 upon, we have mass of proton 1.67 into 10 raised to power minus 27, and velocity we have 10 raised to power 3. So we get this in meters. And solving this, students, we get this as 0.40 into 10 raised to power minus 9 meter, or we can write it as 0.40 nanometer. So this was asked in AIEEE 2009. Now students, a similar question was asked in AIEEE 2008 also. So it says the de Broglie wavelength. So we have another question. The de Broglie wavelength, that means lambda we have to calculate, of a tennis ball of mass 60 gram moving with a velocity 10 meter per second is approximately. So हमें wavelength निकालना है of a tennis ball which has mass 60 grams and moving with velocity 10 meter per second. So this question was again asked in AIEEE 2008. So again, this is a straightforward question. Lambda is h upon mv. H is 6.63 into 10 raised to power minus 34 upon mass. We have 60 grams, so 60 into 10 raised to power minus 3. This is now in kg. And velocity, we have 10 meter per second. So students, approximately this is of order 10 raised to power minus 33 meters. So this is the answer. Though 4 options were given, but we are not wasting time here by writing those options. Now let's discuss one more numerical. Now students, this question is from your NCERT exemplar. Now the question says, if traveling at same speed means, so let me write, if traveling at same speed, which of the following matter waves have the shortest wavelength? And options we have electron, then we have alpha particle, then we have neutron, and then we have proton. Now students, so we need to find out the particle which has the shortest wavelength. Now lambda is h upon mv. Now students, since all these particles are moving at same speed, lambda therefore will depend on mass only, because h is a constant, velocity भी यहाँ पर same है, so lambda is inversely proportional to mass. Now students, इनमें से जिसका mass सबसे ज्यादा है, wavelength उसमें कम होगा. Electron we know has negligible mass, so this cannot be your answer. Now alpha particle, neutron and proton, generally speaking we say proton has 1 AMU, neutron भी almost approximately उतना ही होता है, though there is a slight difference. But alpha particle has mass what? 4 AMU. Alpha particle is a helium nuclei. So that means helium nuclei, that means alpha particle is the heaviest and therefore has shortest wavelength. Now students, let's discuss one more question. This question was asked in JEE Mains 2016. Now, question says, a stream of electrons from a heated filament was passed between two charged plates, kept at a potential difference VSU, that is V electrostatical units. If E and M are the charge and mass respectively, then the value of H upon lambda is given by, and we have four options, students. First option is twice of MEV. Second option is under root M into E into V. Third option is under root 2 MEV, and fourth option we have is MEV. Now students, let's solve this. Now this is a very easy question. It was asked in JEE Mains 2016. Now students, for an electrically charged particles moving under a potential V, we know that lambda is equal to H upon 2m into E. E is the kinetic energy. So lambda upon H would be what? Sorry, it is H upon lambda. It is H upon lambda would be under root 2m into E. Now, kinetic energy associated with electrically charged particle is what? It is charge into potential. Charge here is E, potential is V, so it is E into V. So H upon lambda, students, would be what? Under root 2 MEV, that is twice of mass into charge into potential under root. So we have C option as the correct answer. So students, this was our de Broglie concept. Now we will move on to the second major development which has led to the quantum mechanical model. Now students, the second major development which has led to the quantum mechanical model is Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Uncertainty principle. Now students, let's first understand what is this principle, uncertainty principle. So students, let me tell you that अगर say matter has wave-like character, means if we take into consideration duality of matter, then students, we have to consider that even the motion of electron is what? Wave-like motion. So if we consider electron as a wave, then students, we have to then assume that an electron extends throughout a region of space, because इसका मतलब हम ये रियलाइज नहीं कर सकते दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन एक डेफिनेट पाथ में ही अराउंड न्यूक्लियस घूम रहा है. क्यों? बिकॉज इलेक्ट्रॉन इफ इज अ वेव, सो इट एक्सटेंड्स इन अ व्हाट रीजन ऑफ स्पेस. दैट मीन्स स्टूडेंट्स, अगर मैं उस इलेक्ट्रॉन का लोकेशन, दैट मीन्स पोजिशन और मोमेंटम साइमल्टेनियसली डिटरमाइन करूंगा, तो देयर विल बी सम uncertainty, because electron is a wave and a wave extends in a definite region of space. So students, Heisenberg then suggested that it is not possible, that is, it is impossible to determine simultaneously the exact position and exact momentum of microscopic particle with absolute accuracy. And this is, students, known as Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So statement of Heisenberg uncertainty principle is that it is impossible to determine to determine simultaneously the exact position and momentum of a microscopic particle with absolute accuracy. So students, this is a very very important principle that कोई भी microscopic particle है, just like electron, proton, etc., it is not possible to determine or to measure simultaneously. Means एक साथ नहीं कर सकते the exact position and momentum of a microscopic particle. So students, mathematically, now what is the mathematical statement of Heisenberg uncertainty principle? So students, mathematically, this principle, that is uncertainty principle, can be described by equation delta x into delta p is either greater or equal to h upon 4 pi. Students, here what is delta x? Delta x is uncertainty in position, and what is delta p? Delta p is uncertainty in what? Momentum. Now students, uncertainty in momentum जो होगा, it will not be due to mass, because see students, momentum is what? Mass into velocity. So uncertainty जो momentum में होगा, it is say uncertainty into mass into velocity, but mass is always constant, so it will be always due to uncertainty in velocity. So this can also be written as what? Delta x into m delta v is equal to or greater than h upon 4 pi. So this is the alternate form. Now students, from this we conclude that, see, if delta x is small, means uncertainty in position is small, मतलब आप position अगर microscopic particle का accurately बता दोगे, but in that case delta p would be very large. That means उस केस में uncertainty in momentum या velocity बहुत ज्यादा होगा. Student, ये कैसे हुआ? Because see this, अगर आप इस equation को ध्यान से देखो, this equation says that delta x is what? H upon 4 pi into delta p. That means delta x and delta p, they are inversely proportional. So अगर delta x small है, means uncertainty position में बहुत कम है, but उस केस में uncertainty in momentum बहुत ज्यादा होगा. And secondly students, if uncertainty in momentum is small, then there will be large uncertainty in measuring its position or location. So that means we cannot determine simultaneously the exact position and exact momentum of microscopic particle. एक को अगर आप accurately measure कर भी देंगे, तो दूसरे में uncertainty बहुत ज्यादा होगा. That means अगर position accurately अगर मैं बताऊं, तो momentum में बहुत ज्यादा uncertainty होगा. और अगर uncertainty मुझे से अगर momentum में कम है, means momentum मुझे पता भी है, then there will be large uncertainty in measuring its location or position. Now students, we can also alternatively write this mathematical statement in terms of energy also. How students? See, what is momentum students? Momentum is mass into velocity. or students we can write this as mass into velocity. Now velocity upon time into time, so मैंने t से multiply किया, t से divide कर दिया. Now students this becomes what? Mass into acceleration into time. Now students mass into acceleration is what? Force into time. So momentum can be written as force into time. Or students we can write this as, ऐसा करते हैं, चलो. So P is equal to, now force into say x into t. So x को मैं इधर भी लिख दिया. X is for position. Now students uncertainty in position, delta x into delta p would be, अच्छा, force into what? Displacement is energy, so this is uncertainty in energy into uncertainty in time. So delta x into delta p can also be written as delta e into delta t, and therefore students uncertainty principle now can be written as delta e into delta t is greater than or equal to h upon 4 pi. So students this is the alternate form of uncertainty principle. So students we have what? This as alternate form. Originally we have delta x into delta p is h upon 4 pi, and then we have delta x into delta v also equal to h upon 4 pi m. So आप इनमें से कोई भी यूज कर सकते हो. And one more thing students, sometimes these results are written as like h slash upon 2. यहाँ भी h slash upon 2, and here we write h slash upon 2 m. आप इसको h slash की टर्म में भी लिख सकते हो, where h slash is what? h upon 2 pi को बोलते हैं. So this is very very important because बहुत बार competitive exam में वो h की टर्म्स में ना लिख के h slash की टर्म में लिखते हैं, and h slash is h upon 2 pi. So students these are the mathematical statement of uncertainty principle. Now students let me tell you that uncertainty principle जो है, this is very important point to note, that uncertainty principle is not due to limitation of the instrument. Means आप ये मत सोच लेना कि हम मोमेंटम और पोजीशन किसी भी माइक्रोस्कोपिक पार्टिकल का एग्जैक्टली इसलिए नहीं बता पाते साइमल्टेनियसली क्योंकि हमारे पास इंस्ट्रूमेंट नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं है स्टूडेंट्स. दिस इज नॉट अ लिमिटेशन ऑफ इंस्ट्रूमेंट, दिस इज अ लिमिटेशन ऑफ नेचर. स्टूडेंट्स इसको मैं समझा देता हूं क्या मतलब है इसका. स्टूडेंट सपोज ये न्यूक्लियस है एंड दिस इज द इलेक्ट्रॉन विच इज रिवॉल्विंग अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस इन अ डेफिनेट से पाथ. बट स्टूडेंट्स अगर आपको इस पोजीशन को लोकेट करना, इस इलेक्ट्रॉन को लोकेट करना है, वी हैव टू इल्यूमिनेट इट विथ सम रेडिएशन और फोटोन. आपको इसको इल्यूमिनेट करना, बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स एक ऑप्टिक्स का बेसिक फंडामेंटल है, किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को देखने के लिए उसका इल्यूमिनेशन करना पड़ेगा और उसके लिए द वेवलेंथ ऑफ द फोटोन शुड बी व्हाट? स्मॉलर देन द डायमेंशंस ऑफ दैट ऑब्जेक्ट. सो दैट मीन्स यहां पर भी जो फोटोन यूज कर रहा हूं मैं, उसका जो वेवलेंथ है इट शुड बी स्मॉलर देन द डायमेंशंस ऑफ दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन. बट स्टूडेंट्स होता क्या है, व्हेन वी यूज अ फोटोन of what? Smaller wavelength. A photon of smaller wavelength would be what? Highly energetic. And student जब वो highly energetic electron, photon electron के साथ collide करेगा, it will give its energy to the electron and therefore electron will what? Be in a new path with a new velocity. That means अगर मैं उसकी लोकेशन को ठीक ठाक मेजर कर भी लूं तो उसका जो पाथ नया होगा. सो दिस इज इलेक्ट्रॉन इन अ न्यू पाथ एंड विथ न्यू वेलोसिटी. सो दैट मीन्स देयर विल बी व्हाट? लार्ज अनसर्टेनिटी इन इट्स व्हाट? वेलोसिटी एंड देयरफॉर मोमेंटम. मीन्स दोनों चीजें एक साथ नहीं हो सकती. एंड स्टूडेंट्स अगर मैं वेवलेंथ ज्यादा कर दूं तो फोटोन बहुत कम एनर्जेटिक होगा. कम एनर्जेटिक फोटोन के साथ आप इलेक्ट्रॉन को देख ही नहीं पाओगे. दैट मीन्स आप उस केस में ये तो कहोगे कि अनसर्टिनिटी इन मोमेंटम काफी कम है, लेकिन देन अनसर्टिनिटी इन पोजिशन विल बी क्वाइट large. So students, that is all for today. Thank you.